man. The Candice and Kris show. Let's go. Come on, come on. Hey.
I started dancing already. I started dancing before the music came on. Come on, world. Welcome to Live with Candice and Kris minus the Kris, but he's gonna be back. I want to say tomorrow. He'll be back tomorrow, so make sure you stay tuned. But joining me today to get into all the gossip and the good stories that we have for you is none other than Miss Erica Teamer, social activist, Miss Everything all around the world, beautiful artist. Nice to meet you. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you too.
Thank
I
you.
am meeting you for the first time in this spotlight.
Yes, usually I'm behind the scenes, so it's very nice to like come into your element. I'm in her home now.
You look gorgeous.
Thank you.
I love this fro. I wish I could do it.
Listen, friends, stop. You can.
I
Y'all tell
I
Candice.
wish I could do it. I wish I
Tell
could do it.
Candice, hashtag, you can do it too. You can do it too.
But you look great. I'm so excited that you're here.
Thank you for having me. It
Oh
really
my
means the
gosh.
most to me. You have no idea.
Wait, okay, so, and Miss Erica has a birthday coming up, y'all. So we're going to say happy birthday. Happy birthday!
Thank you so much.
Life has been good to you.
No, God is good. That's
All
all I
the
can
time.
say. That's all I can say. God is so good. And,
Right.
you know, I will say that this year specifically has been so amazing, you know, so I'm really
Right.
happy that you have opened your arms, you know, to me in this
Right.
way. It's really been a radical year, so I'm happy to talk about all the things that we're going to talk about.
And you have so much opinion. Okay, so
I'm very
listen.
opinionated.
Erica's probably going to cut me off the whole time, and it's fine. It's okay. It's all right, okay? It's quite all right. This is why we have these beautiful social advocates that actually talk for the community, because she's doing such great things, especially on TikTok, which we're going to get into. But before I give everything away, let's just go ahead and start with the breakdown. So President Joe Biden has signed a potential TikTok ban into law. Now, we heard this going on for the last couple months, but he signed a bill on Wednesday that could ban TikTok nationwide. And it's a massive threat to new U.S. companies right now. Everyone is scrambling to figure out, is this something that's going to really be done? But it was approved by the House on Saturday, and legislation posed the most serious, so they say, threat to TikTok. TikTok. Okay. That's the beauty of life. You just mess up, you keep going. So there is, we have so much people that have a lot to say, but more than anything, we have the president of TikTok who actually chimed in, and this is CEO Shao Chu. Let's take a listen to what he had to say.
Congress passed a bill that the president signed into law that is designed to ban TikTok in the United States. That will take TikTok away from you and 170 million Americans who find community and connection on our platform. Make no mistake, this is a ban on TikTok and a ban on you and your voice. Politicians may say otherwise, but don't get confused. Many who sponsored the bill admit a TikTok ban is the ultimate goal.
Now, the ban has a built-in delay of 9 months, giving TikTok Beijing-based company ByteDance a chance to actually sell the app to the U.S. But we already know that the U.S. actually doesn't really care about the ban, and they really just want to control it. They want to acquire the entire app. Let's get into it, because you have the TikTok, and you're using it right now. Bruh, live TV. That was a fly. I think it's the same fly that used to hover over Biden's head. Ooh, it's time of y'all. So you have a TikTok account and you use it for such good things.
Yeah.
What does this mean to you?
Yeah, I have a TikTok called Trigger Warning where we come to heal and talk about healing and that sort of thing. For this sake, I mean, the guy that, originally this Nat is harassing y'all, her live. But what I will say is I call BS, I call BS. I think that this whole ban and everything has nothing to do with protecting the American people from the Chinese or whatever, or because they're trying to say that China is trying to influence the American opinion. And I'm not buying it. You know, they're talking about protecting our information, but they sold our Facebook information. They sold our Instagram information. So it's like, and they're trying to pressure them into selling it to a U.S. company. So it's like, is it the money, or is it that you care about the American people and their opinions? That's what I think. You know, MySpace and TikTok is very healing and it's very good and all of that. So I don't know. I really feel like overall it's more so about the money and the control, and that they want a piece of the pie with TikTok than it is about the actual ban affecting us as people and our information that they have already sold 1 billion times.
I think anything when it comes to anything that the U.S. potentially has close to them that they don't have a handle on, that's making finances, is making big money. And you got to think about the election, guys, okay? So if the U.S. are able to get their hands on TikTok and manipulate it, we've already seen how Facebook did that years ago when it came to the election.
That's right.
So it's about power. It's not about selling information. Look at all the different apps that are out there that do come from, let's not even talk about your actual iPhone, the iPhone that you use, the facial recognition, the fingerprint. Those companies are not in the U.S.
Oh, yes, I know. I 100% agree. We agree on this point because, yeah, I think 100% they really, it is about power. And I think that, you know, like I said, they had to pay out Facebook. It was a big whole thing with the election. And they have pushed this legislation actually past the point of the election because they wanted to, you know, make a note of it. They want to make a statement, and I think really they're trying to push a sale rather than protect us. I don't think that there's people in Flint that still don't have clean water.
Exactly.
And you're talking about protecting the American people. There's still people that are struggling to pay their bills every day. The cost of living is going up. The policies on the guns, all of these things that you could get passed, but you passed this unanimously the first time.
Right.
Come on. We all know that it's about money. And I think that if you're going to do it really for the American people. If you're going to do something for the American people, do something more than ban TikTok.
Right. I have to agree with you, but we're going to have to keep watching it because apparently they're saying they're not going anywhere. They have plans on actually suing the U.S. now over that. So we got to watch it, like I said, and we're going to keep on coming back and forth and having this conversation because I don't see it ending anytime soon. But we got to move on. So the U.S., here's another problem. U.S. Supreme Court splits over Idaho's strict abortion ban when it comes to medical emergencies. So Joe Biden, his administration, sued Idaho over the abortion law and urged justices to not criminalize the essential care of EMTALA, which is a law that requires that medical services be rendered. Now, that means also abortion. If there is a woman that's in potential danger, her life, the life of her child is compromised, then they legally have to act. But because of all this ban that's going on now, we have this going. Since the turnover of Roe versus Wade, I mean, states across the U.S. are actually making that decision on their own because the federal government is saying, no, we're not going to ban it on a worldwide state. Let the different states fight it out.
Yeah, this is honestly a subject that hits close to home because I had to have an emergency surgery and I had to have an emergency DNC to save my life. And you know, shout out to Winnie Palmer. You guys saved my life. If not for that, it would be tough because I had cancer and I had a baby in the same uterus and I had to decide what I was going to do about it. And had this ban been in effect in Florida, I would not have been able to do that. And that's something that I was able to share via TikTok. You know, TikTok, I'm rooting for
and
you.
You're sharing it now for the first time nationally.
Yeah, so I am. Like even like my family didn't know, it was very hush, but I decided to share my story. And when I shared my story just last week, a lot of people reached out to me and said, I had similar experiences as a Black woman. I was trying to tell my story and I was trying to get, you know, advocate for myself with my health care. And this is what happened. People were saying I was a hypochondriac, or people were saying that, you know, like my pregnancy wasn't that a big deal, or I need to carry to full term to find out if I have cancer or not. Or they did biopsy me in the same womb, so they lied to you. All of these different things. So I think that for me, this is very important because if I'm battling cancer and a baby in the same womb, my life might be at risk if they're telling me I have to wait 10 months. So are you going to wait till I'm septic to tell me that I can do this? Or is it going to be illegal?
But that's basically what they're telling women right now.
Yeah, that it's illegal for these people.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. And if there's something actually wrong with the baby, I've heard stories where a lot of women actually have to carry the baby, knowing that the baby will not survive. I've also heard another woman in Tennessee that said she also had issues. They knew that the baby was already deceased. There was no heartbeat, there was no movement, but still she had to carry that baby to term. I think that is so traumatizing because whose right is it to tell anyone that they have to do that? Like, why can't we talk about the real agenda of why this abortion issue is so rampant? Can we talk about the black and white? Because that's really what it is, right? It's almost crowd control, but no one's saying it out of their mouth. They're just using God as the guise to say, oh, I'm pro this and I'm pro that. Well, no, let's get to the root of what the real issue with the whole abortion debate, because at the end of the day, it's not more African American women that are having abortions, it's Caucasian women.
Yeah.
Can we talk about the real purpose right now?
I mean, you already know, Ken, I 100% agree with that opinion. And I also agree that, we are dying 4 or 5 times. I think the statistic is 3 to 5 more times.
Yes.
That there is more mortality, our mortality rate with giving birth or with pregnancy is a lot higher, as well as African American women. So this bill has nothing to do with us.
No.
We're just caught in the crossfire of it. And I think it's unfortunate. If you have a fetus that is, is not viable, you shouldn't have to carry that baby.
It's unfortunate, and I think you said it best. We have gotten caught in the crossfires of African American women, but that fight is still going to keep on going on, and you got to fight it all the way till it's time to vote. You better vote that ballot. But on that note, we got to take a short break. We'll be right back with so much more after this.
Hey, man. The Candice and Kris show. Let's go. Come on. Hey. The Candice and Kris show. Hey, man. The Candice and Kris show. Let's go. Come on.
Welcome back to the show. You are joining us just in time for Unfiltered. Here we So our interview today is across the seas. I wish that he could be here with us in the studio, but this is a very busy man, and I'm just so honored to have him. So my next guest is Jeffrey EPULE. He's a Cameroonian actor known for movies such as Breach of Trust, Red Pink Poison, Decoded, Royal Destination. He has also starred in over 35 different movies. He was nominated and won the Cameroonian Entertainment Award as Best Male Actor and the 2012 Dama Best Actor Award for the movie Decoded. Welcome, Jeffrey. How are you?
Oh, Candice, I am good. Good. So happy to be here. Nice.
So happy to have you. You are extremely busy.
Well, it comes with the job.
It comes with
You,
the
you,
job.
you need it and sacrifice.
Well, over 35 movies, that's a whole lot of sacrifices. So I gotta jump into it. How did your love for movies, for the entertainment industry even begin?
You put it very well because love is totally what just engulfs everything that I feel about movies. I love watching movies. I've always been intrigued about acting, emotions, drama, and just art in general. So pretty much, I was an accident child of film cinema back
Okay.
in my country, back in Cameroon, because I
Okay.
didn't I didn't start out exactly wanting to be an actor. When I left the university, I read law in the university, and I was hoping to become a lawyer. And
Wow.
uh, in between, I was doing a lot of hosting and emceeing jobs, and somebody saw me. Some
Okay.
producer, of course, saw me by happens chance and said, um, I have this project going on, and I want you to be in it. I think you can do it.
Okay.
And I caught the movie bug from there, and I've just been infected since then, and I wouldn't just let go.
That's good. I like the way that you said the bug, because it really is a bug. I had a bug in here earlier. That's an
You
inside
know,
joke.
when the bug bites you, it's really difficult to get the sting off.
It bit me. It bit me, and it just keeps on biting. But of course, I have to ask, especially being here in the U.S. and you being there, what are some of the challenges that you face as an actor in your country's entertainment industry? Because I'm sure it's extremely different from the U.S.
Oh, sure. First of all, I come from a country where it's a bilingual country,
Right.
and just like Canada, they have two languages, English and French. But my country, we're known more in the world as a French country. So English is the minority, and that's where the challenge is. So as an actor coming from the minority Cameroonian side, we have the challenge of marketing what we produce in terms of films from the because there's an 80% that is francophone, and there's a 20% that is anglophone. We come
Mm.
from the smaller 20%. But historically, when you look at our country, and this is where we face the major cultural challenges, because we were literally just cut off through a line called the Picot line that divided um, Cameroon and Nigeria.
Okay.
So a small portion of us who are English got caught up, and we decided to join the French Cameroon. But culturally, we are very different. The language, the dressing, and it is much more related to the Nigerian neighbors, which is the bigger country, our bigger neighbors. So, in trying to identify ourselves with the French Cameroonians, it's been very challenging to break into the French market,
Ah.
um, surprisingly in the same country.
Oh,
So
wow.
I'd say that was the biggest challenge that, as an actor, personally, I
Hmm.
faced, because you had to do movies in English, and then 80% of your countrymen would not understand what you're doing, but 200 million of your neighbors would understand and see
Wow.
themselves in the movie. So it was easier to connect with the Nigerian film industry than with
Right.
the 80% of our country that was there. So pretty much you'd see that some of us we might be seen sometimes as Nollywood actors or Nigerian actors,
Right.
but there's an active film industry in the small part of Cameroon known for English speakers, and that's where I come from. To me,
Okay.
that is the major challenge that I faced as an actor. Just the barrier of identifying ourselves as a major part of a Cameroonian, nation.
Right. But at least that opportunity is there for you because here in the US over the last I would say over the last couple of years, if not last decade, the movies here are so rich. Americans love it. I know I love them because I just never know what to expect. Nigerian movies are the most entertaining thing I've ever seen. I mean, no one gets married. Like there's always a shoe and a pot, and it's always a fight, and it's and they're so relatable. So I know here in the U.S. we absolutely love those movies. But how do you balance staying true to your cultural identity and still appealing to a global audience? Because it's not just people there watching; it's people across the world. How do you do that
Oh,
without changing who you are?
or initially that would have been a very big problem
Right.
because you had to identify yourself to a particular culture, to a particular nation for the world to
Right.
see you. But we transition from basically to the digital system now where the world can be seen through a screen, just like what me and you are doing right now.
Right.
And you're in the studio and it's easy to just see me and relate to me. So sometimes you do not, as an actor, you do not have to force your uniqueness per se or your cultural beliefs. You
Right.
you are Film now makes you a citizen of the world and you become relatable as long as you are relatable in terms of portraying a particular character. People easily relate to that, and you will notice that that is the appeal in Nollywood or English Cameroonian films, because most often people just look at it and they feel connected to the story, not because it's from Cameroon or it's from Nigeria or from Senegal or whatever, but because they feel connected to it, because everything now, the world is becoming smaller and our
Right.
experiences are totally relatable. So it's no longer that kind of challenge. So
Hmm.
our movies basically are reaching out to a lot of people.
Okay.
You cannot compare them to the standard of bigger industries, of course, like Hollywood
Now, do
and Bollywood.
you Right. Now, do you rely on the presence and the use of social media to do promoting or movie premieres? I know in the US, social media is such a huge thing. How do you use it to actually leverage what you're doing and to get the word out there?
So that's the new social media
Hmm.
to us has become the vital piece in piecing
Right.
together the connection between our audience and whatever we do in terms of the products that we put out for film.
Right.
So it remains extremely challenging in our setup because we do not have the internet coverage. Of course, in Cameroon is very expensive.
Ah, okay.
It's a little and it goes with the economy too.
Okay.
So, and we do not have too many cinemas back in Cameroon.
Okay.
So what we do is there's a word you use called premieres. We try to initially just get our movies out, do a couple of premieres in different parts of the country, making
Okay.
people aware of the product or the film in question. And when we've beat that drum, we try to send these movies now to compete internationally on film
Okay.
festivals or awards. And when they've got reviews and they're competing on a global stage, it is easy to take advantage of the noise, so called,
Right.
that these
Right.
movies have made, and bring it back, put it on social media again, and say, you know what, this is what is happening, and from there people just pick it up. So essentially, we use social media a lot to promote our work. Unfortunately, Cameroon is not a very strong economy.
Okay.
Internet systems and the way digitalization works with us sometimes might be challenging, but we try a lot to just put a lot out there. Yeah.
Okay, well that's good. I mean, here we absolutely watch everything. Social media is used on a really big scale when it comes to movies and premiering. I know that we have to go, but we're definitely going to be watching you. You're now in Canada, correct?
Exactly.
Okay, are you staying in Canada?
Oh yeah, so I'm gonna be in Canada because
Okay.
it, it's
Are
it's
you going to be filming there? I don't want to cut you off. Are you going to be filming there? We have to wrap soon.
yeah, I'm working on
Okay.
something here, something called the Black Leg. It's
Okay.
yeah, so you'll be seeing it soon.
We'll definitely look out for the black leg. But I gotta thank you for being here because I gotta get on my leg and get on out of here. But I will be back here, guys, same time, same place. See you tomorrow. Thank you so much, Jeffrey. It was an honor having you. Bye.